My name is Sean Overton, and I'm turning this into a desert forest. Every day here on the Dustups Ranch is a little different, and I wanted to give you guys a flavor of what it's like to be here, especially because Rich from North Carolina flew all the way to be out here for a whole week to work on check dams. He's in my member program, and he downloaded the drone imagery and got on Google Earth and spent a whole lot of time studying the ranch, and Rich basically designed a project for himself. He wanted to come out here, spend a week building check dams, and then what's amazing is he can use the satellite imagery to actually watch the result of his hard work over the coming years. And then later in the episode, I kind of want to give you a sense for all the buzz and chaos that happens sort of behind the scenes. Normally when I film an episode, there's a broad story, there's a narrative arc. In this episode, it's really focused on just the little knick-knack projects that need to happen. My solar system's been done for 2 years, but there's always something to work on. There's always problems. And between trying to figure out how to make that run just a little bit better, and then the earth tubes, if you hadn't seen that episode, I spent some time cleaning that up. I want to make sure to give you guys a little peek about where that stands. But first, I rode over on my e-bike to go talk to Rich and see what he's doing with the check dams. Hey, how are you?
Snuck up on me.
Wasn't trying to, but just wanted to make sure you're doing okay since it's getting hot.
Appreciate that. Yeah, no, I'm feeling good today, so I'm gonna work until I start to feel a little tired. So.
Yeah, I see a check dam in action.
Indeed, indeed. Well, this is a little gully, and then right next to it, if you look on the satellite or even the drone footage, looks like a W. So what I did is put dams on each part of the W. So this is part of the W, middle of the W, and over there I built one. So as it flows down on the overhead, you can see it looks greener here. And that's why it looks like a W, you know, on the
satellite?
On the satellite and drone footage.
If you'd like to see Rich's notes and more, that's available in the Team Dustups members area. I've got a link in the description if you'd like to consider joining. You get access to reports like Rich's, raw footage, and the Experiment Club. There's more details on the link.
So I'm like, well, Mother Nature already wants to grow here. Look at these guys.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. That's a Pedro.
Yeah, if we can slow the water down when it's not, you know, super steep.
Yeah.
Hopefully these guys will thrive even more. And there's the live yucca. I've named him Pedro. he is my navigating point. Like,
yeah.
There's so many Ocotillo. It's like, oh, I need to remember to turn left at the Ocotillo. And you look around, there's like a million Ocotillo.
Yeah.
But there's only one Pedro.
That made my day.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Hi, Pedro. You look lonely. You need friends.
And I'll show you a map that I've made. And I've taken photos of everything. Every time I
really?
make one, I stop and I take a photo. And I even do a little video and say, you know, okay, this is check dam number 31.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Because I figured you're kind of like me. You like data and info.
I do, yeah.
But if we can slow the water down, maybe we can connect the dots and it'll be a bigger, you know, area of growth, almost like a little forest.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the north of your property here.
Okay.
And we're standing, this is the W here.
Okay.
So we're standing right here. So we have check dams going all the way back. You got 10 check dams here, and then check dams 13 through 22 here.
That's so cool.
So yeah, it's all, can we slow the water down? And this is what I call the mini forest.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping is that'll go up and down the stream, and then at the headwaters of this channel, that'll start to green up. And then you'll have this, and then this is the hill you just rode on. And so I guess the shade, you know, helps things grow here. So this is a little bit more, you know, like here it's more sparse, but here you've got a little more dense vegetation. So hoping we can connect all the vegetation at some point when we ever get rain.
Even if it's just there, it's that's better, but
yeah, they're all heading down this way. So at some point, like I say,
yeah, just
do some check dams there, but trying to stop it all at the headwaters, and then you know, it'll come down and it'll help these plants down here even if there's not a check dam. The theory anyway.
yeah, it's just going that much slower.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Hopefully, you know, a couple of years in the future, I could look at a satellite photo and say, oh, look, it looks a lot more green than it used to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I contributed a little bit to that.
It's intense. It's full-on desert. Unfortunately, people die out here, which is horrendous.
No, I don't plan to do that. So I
yeah, please.
A lot of breaks, and I even after I build a check dam, I'll sit down and just fling gravel to help fill in.
Yeah.
And the sit down kind of recharges me.
Yeah, you have to. If you have a mentality that you're just going to grind like you're a machine.
No.
You'll just run out of gas.
No, I'm not that young anymore. When I was in my 20s, maybe, but now it's like, okay, I know my limits and I'm gonna.
Yeah. You're killing it. You
caught me working. That's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was ready to crack the whip, but. Thank you to Electric E-Bike for sponsoring this episode. The odometer on my electric e-bike, it doesn't lie. I'm riding this thing every day all around the ranch, and I've literally never ridden this bike off the ranch. All of this mileage is on my property. That's how often I'm using this thing to get around. I know one of the comments that I've gotten on the channel for so long is that you guys do so much walking. Or we're doing a lot of cold starts on the vehicles and it's really hard. Having an electric e-bike is the perfect solution out here because I can get anywhere on the ranch. It's rugged, it's durable, it's gone 14 miles with literally 0 headaches, and I can recharge it with the sun that I have endless amounts of. If the electric e-bike can handle the Dustups Ranch, it can definitely handle your home environment or wherever you're going to take it. I selected the X-Peak 2. I highly recommend it. That's the top of the line model, but electric e-bike also has really affordable options priced under $1,000. Regardless of your budget, you can find an electric e-bike that fits your needs. But my favorite part about it is it's fun. It's really, really fun to be on the bike out here. If I want to pedal and get a little exercise, I can. And if I want to be lazy and just hit the throttle, I can do that too. I can't say enough good things about this bike. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code that you see on the screen to check out the rides. Add a bike cover to your order and get it for free when you use the code Dustups during checkout. Thank you so much for supporting my sponsors. Without sponsors like Electric E-Bike, Dustups would not be happening. If you have any interest at all in e-bikes, click the link in the description or scan the QR code and go find a ride that works for you. That looks fantastic. You did a good job. That's beautiful. Micro check dam. There's my friend Pedro. This one looks like the best. So he's got that V shape. Forms a nice spillway, protects against erosion, catches on that, goes to the next one. He's got that same spillway right here, flows this way, flows around here, waters the grass. Nice spillway, comes this way, here, nice spillway, it's all protected. This one could probably use a little bit more, but you can see how he's put all this effort into just making sure that the water has the most surface area while it runs over the ground to slow down. I need to get back and finish working on solar on my geothermal. I got to build a roof for it and then I'm done. All of my charge controllers are showing a different voltage, which is not even slightly encouraging because just sort of, I guess my intuition yesterday was that well, it looks like the camera survived. I grabbed the battery that doesn't grab onto the camera. This is the ultimate backup. Let me go switch batteries. This should work. 13.65. Only the middle one is good. So the real voltage is 13.65. This one's good. That one says it's 14. That's not good. And that one says it's 14, which is not good. Next step, let's actually check it on the charge controller itself. So I think I need to get the thermal camera and check for heat, but let's see. Whoa, okay, found the problem. Charge controller number 2. This one is hot. Let's check the wiring. Oh, it's solid. It's just this. Yeah, let's start with fixing that. So glad I label all this stuff. Okay. 123. I have to use the power draw. Let's check the temp. Okay, let me see if I have ferrules. I do. Okay. Okay, so this should read 13.4. No, something's still wrong. I'm gonna have to get out the thermal camera and see if we can't spot the issue. And I can't remember how to say the name, but let's put ferrules on this. I thought I had done this last time. I'm a little embarrassed that I didn't do it correctly the first time. Show both of them. Yeah, 13.5, 13.7, so that one's reading too high as well. At least it's closer, but that means there's still a heat problem. Thermal camera time. I wonder if it's the fuse itself, because, alright, so the heat... obviously a problem. The actual cables are heating up the charge controllers, and the lines coming to the bus bars are okay. It's literally just, I think it's the actual fuses. Maybe I just bought cheap fuses, because those are clamped down okay. I think I just got bad breakers. The one on the left is the good one, and the two on the right are heating up. So let's order 2 more of those. And that is when I discovered the problem. When I ordered the parts off of Amazon, I used the existing part number, and the green one came up instead of the blue one, but they have the same part number. And I suppose I should have realized that the different color was a giant red flag waving, but it turns out that the reason it's a different color is it has a different voltage rating. That was the reason that electrical room almost burned down, and the reason I was wasting electricity and my time on the ranch. Anyway, that issue is now behind me, and we're on to the next issue. I'm gonna go draw real fast. Okay. Are you able to put a hand on the top so it lays flush-ish?
I
think that's good. Just enough. Yeah, you can pull it down. That's probably the safe working space.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Again, it don't have to be perfect.
No. World class, like perfect circle.
Considering you're using something designed to cut pretty
Straight lines. Yeah.
That's
not too bad.
pretty good, considering we don't have a jigsaw out here.
I can't believe I've used a caulk gun maybe like 3 times in my life. That's not terrible.
No, that's not. I mean, I'm no professional.
Yeah.
But that looks pretty good to me. Yeah. Looks great for my house.
I live in a dumpster, but you know. You told me about your wiring, so.
Yeah. I was not happy about that.
No. I imagine not. There we go. Yeah, all right, so I'm gonna use this caulk to fill in those gaps. You aren't helping me. This is a 2-man job.
Yeah, that's fine. What you need?
I just need you to hold it up. There we go. Go plug in the green extension cord. Okay. So the east side is out. All right. East side is out. 3.44. Oh, it's picking up. About 3.5 feet per second. Let's go calculate the air changes per hour. Calculator. 87 times 8, 696 cubic feet. A 4-inch pipe moving 3.5 feet per second of air, 696 cubic foot. Room will make how many air changes per hour? One and a half. So basically we need bigger fans. Okay. So this will help, but it's not gonna fully work yet. So I just woke up from my siesta, which is about 2 hours, and I feel incredible. So even though I really hate taking a break for productivity, it's worth it. And now what I'm gonna do is my best to seal this, just this little gap right here. And the way I'm gonna do that is with foam, which I'm told is waterproof. That'll be that. I was walking over here, I spent 20 minutes brainstorming different ideas of how to make sure that water doesn't fall into the gap. I realized, you know what, the easiest thing is just to spray foam everywhere. And I've had a history of making a big mess of it, but thankfully this one's hidden, so there we go. Okay. I think it's fitting that Rich spent so much time on check dams because that's what I too will be doing in next week's episode, except I'm gonna do it in a different location and I'm doing it with the bulldozer. I have what I think is an interesting idea for building check dams with the dozer in a couple of unique spots on the ranch where it's pure gravel. But we'll get more into that next week. Make sure to go to dustupsranch.com to sign up for the newsletter. You'll stay up to date with the latest news. And after you do that, make sure to check out the next episode.